what we're going to see in this one isn't Brock Purdy, because Brock Purdy and the 49ers didn't advance. But we are still going to have a debate about investment at quarterback. And that is going to be with a rookie, Jalen Hurts, heading up the Eagles team. And on the other side,
Rookie contract.
Rookie contract, excuse me. Yes, not a rookie player, rookie contract. And on the other side, Patrick Mahomes, not on a rookie contract. In fact, one of the highest paid players in all of football, who will be accounting for something like over 20% of his team's salary cap this season and heading into next season. And obviously it will increase beyond then. So I think that what we're going to see is potentially the first time that a quarterback accounting for that percentage of his team's salary cap winning a Super Bowl. Or we could see a continuation of a team being able to win a Super Bowl in a really amazing window because they have a talented guy on a rookie deal.
Yeah, what I like about the Chiefs conversation is, for years, as long as I can remember, people are saying you can't have your quarterback make X amount of dollars and still get into the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. And Pat Mahomes has a chance to kill that conversation. He's owed. Actually, all right, so let's look at who's getting paid for the Chiefs.
Okay.
All right, you got Chris Jones, who's getting paid $29 million. Orlando Brown, $16 million. Frank Clark, $13 million. You have Travis Kelce, $8 million. So I'm looking at this, I go, there's a formula right there. All right, you pay your offensive line, you 1 or 2 guys there. Mm-hmm. You pay your defensive line, 1 or 2 guys there. And then you pay an offensive weapon. After that, you start to fill in the gaps. You start to get guys like Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who's getting paid $4 million this year.
Right.
And you find a guy like Hardman who's getting paid $4 million this year. And then you start to piece it together. You bring in a Carlos Dunlap, a veteran who's getting paid $3 million. Then you draft,
Juju
right?
can't be getting a ton either.
Juju, where's Juju? I don't even see Juju. He's way down the list.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, they were able to bring him in and have one of his best seasons in forever.
So what I'm saying, you pick those guys up and you draft well. You have a McDuffie, who was a guy who was playing nickel for these guys, were now drafted out of University of Washington. So there's a way to do this. And the Chiefs are showing you that way. Look, it's possible. But how do you do it? Quarterback, offensive line, defensive line, fill in the gaps after that. Now, there might be other ways to do it. You might be able to play a linebacker and find talent there. But it's all about accumulating talent. There's different equations to be successful. We're seeing one with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now we go to the other side and look at the Eagles. How are they doing it? They went out. They acquired a big-time receiver. Receiver in A.J. Brown. You bring in Hassan. You draft Devontae Smith. You bring in Jalen Hurts, a second rounder, right? There's different ways for them to do it. You find a little spark plug in Gainwell, the running back, who had a couple of big runs there. So there's different ways to do it. I think people are so infatuated with doing it a certain way to where they ignore the possibilities of, just doing it differently. And I think that's what we're seeing with the Chiefs, and that's part of the reason why I want them to win it, just so we can kill that noise and say, look, you can pay a quarterback and still win ball games.
Yeah, I would love for that to happen too, because if anything else, it makes the conversation more interesting. I also think that there is a correlation between, this is just my opinion, there's a correlation between spending a lot of money on the quarterback and not being able to win Super Bowls, and that you don't have a lot of flexibility elsewhere on your roster. I don't think it is direct causation. And what I mean by that is that teams that have great quarterbacks win a lot. Like, if you have quarterbacks that you are spending a lot of money on, when we talk about those top-end quarterbacks, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about right now Patrick Mahomes, right? We were talking about Russell Wilson here in Seattle. We're talking about guys that are getting a lot of money because they win a lot of games. And what happens when you win a lot of games? You aren't picking 5th overall. You aren't picking 1st overall. You aren't picking 10th or 15th overall. You're not reinvesting in the draft and getting back all that talent. So if you miss in the draft, well, now you got to look at free agency to try to get talent. And now you got to talk about, being limited in free agency. I think that's when it starts to affect you. I think it is just really, really hard to be successful for a sustained period of time in the NFL. And a lot of the times when we see teams that are getting it done with rookie contracts, how many other guys on that team are contributing and they were, 2nd overall, 10th overall, 5th overall, 15th overall, what have you? Right?
Yep.
It's also great drafting that helps build a lot of those Super Bowl teams. And there are other factors at play, and I know that. And I think people always look at the Tom Brady thing and say, take less money. But Tom Brady was still accounting for like 15+% of the salary cap in 2006. Mm-hmm. But I think that we just see you're spending money on a quarterback and you don't have money to build your team in free agency. What team is built exclusively via free agency? No, that's not what hurts you. What hurts you is winning all the time.
Yeah, when you win all the time, you get lower draft picks, and there's just different ways to do this. And I'm looking at who are the teams, at least in my lifetime, right? My 37 years on this earth, the teams who are growing up that were constantly in the mix. It were Pittsburgh Steelers. It was the Rams. It was the Patriots. The Falcons had some good runs there. The Cardinals had good runs there. The Colts. What do all these teams have in common? They're relevant every single year because they have an elite quarterback. Do they win it every single year? No. There's a reason why football teams don't go back to back.
How many Super Bowls did Peyton Manning win with the Colts?
He won one with the Colts, one with the Broncos. It's hard to win Super Bowls in the NFL. That's what people have to wrap their mind around. This is not the NBA where you put a couple guys together and they can make a run for 5 to 6 years. That's not how it is. Because there's so many moving pieces, because guys leave, because it's a game of inches, because referees have impacts on the games and stuff, it's just hard to win. Wouldn't you want to give yourself the best chance to win by having the guy who touches the football the most be one of the best in the league? Yes, you're going to have to pay him, but you know what happens when you pay him? Sometimes you stumble across a Pat Mahomes who can win a game on a broken leg and just off of sheer just grit and desire. Those are the type of dudes you need, and that's the hard part. There's only about 4 or 5 of those guys in the league a year. So people, and then you look at the 49ers and Brock Purdy and you say, okay, that's a way to do it as well. Yeah, that is a way to do it. Just to back my point up, there are different ways to get this thing done. Me personally, I would love to have a quarterback that I know, end of the game, driving to win, he's going to give us a chance to win the ball game. Rather be like, all right, man, I got this rookie in here or this cheaper quarterback. All these other pieces have to go right for him to win. He cannot he cannot out-talent. He cannot outperform a defense. He's going to need all this help. During the season, give him that help. But when it's time to win, I need an Aaron Rodgers. I need a Peyton Manning. I need a Russell Wilson.